Well, pardon me, Lynn. Is that the All Hands on Deck with Jody Madaras?
Why, yes, it is.
Here we go. Welcome, Jody.
Oh, my Lord. You're hired, both of you.
Well, you do not want us doing singing on the show.
I love it.
But we had to have some fun. Jody Madaras, All Hands on Deck is here.
Hey, it's great to be with you, Byron. What a treat.
It's always good to see you. We have more fun here in Branson when we talk about All Hands on Deck.
We sure do.
What have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to a lot of things. Of course, the All Hands on Deck show, but I also have a new show that I'll be bringing out.
And hold on, we don't want to get too far. You're going to let the cat out of the bag before it's time.
Okay.
We're going to get there. But I do want to say that you've lived and worked on stage on Broadway in New York, leaving the hustle of the city to bring All Hands on Deck here to Branson. You've been doing it now. This is the 6th year.
That's right.
Any regrets?
Not at all. Not at all. I made a commitment to myself several years ago. I said I'd like to have a career in the arts, not just a job. And that's what I'm doing. I've created quite a body of work for myself. I'm a very blessed man. A lot of blessings in my life, from my wife, Valerie, to my family, to the great country we live in. So it's been a career for me, and Branson is now a great part of that career.
Well, the Broadway production Drowsy Chaperone, while you were in New York, what have you discovered between the difference between performing on stage in New York and here in Branson?
Sure. Well, in New York, or even on national tours, the production values are large, more lights, more sound, bigger sets. In Branson, you're a little closer to the audience. You hear them, you can see the whites of their eyes and all of that. And then sometimes you even get to meet the audience.
Is that intimidating when you do that?
Not at all.
Not? Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. In fact, our show, the All Hands on Deck show, thrives on that. We even tell the audience when they're on their motor coaches or the student groups that come in or the church groups, our ushers often see them before the show and they'll say, hey, listen, the more you laugh, stomp your feet in delight, Jody and his team, they're going to give even more to you. And that's how we create. We have a party. Yeah, it's our little party.
I know originally you left a small rural area in Indiana, I believe it was.
Ohio,
excuse me. Ohio.
Pemberville, Ohio.
That's right, Ohio. To go to New York. And some people think, well, this is my big break. I'm going to go, But what is it about the adjustments you've had to make coming back to an area like Branson?
Not a big adjustment at all. No. It's nice to have a lawn. I get to mow my lawn. I get to trim the trees, just like in Ohio. It's very similar.
Something I saw that you and Valerie had the opportunity, really it was a special honor recently, to meet the last living musician who opened Disneyland, California in 1955, meeting Donald Heston, who was a tuba player. I played the tuba in high school.
You saw that, did you?
I saw that. What did that mean to you?
Well, it was great. We were just sitting beside each other, about to have dinner, and we struck up a conversation. And the more we talked, the more he talked. And he just started telling us about his career. And then all of a sudden we found this picture of him with his tuba at Disneyland. It was great.
Oh, my.
We talked shop for, I'd say, about an hour.
Any plans to bring him in for a little tuba?
Oh, I would love it. Actually, that's a good idea. Thanks for that one. I appreciate it.
That would be awesome. Well, tell us about introducing meatballs to the Babcocks.
Kapusta. It's a traditional Hungarian dish. It's sausage meatballs with cabbage, sauerkraut. And I grew up on this type of cuisine. And the Babcocks, Jim and Jean, are our neighbors, close friends. And we usually have a Sunday lunch every few weeks. This time it was Hungarian meatballs.
Ooh.
And it's an acquired taste. It
sounds delicious, Miss Lynn.
Absolutely,
it is. And they thoroughly enjoyed it. You saw that, didn't you?
I did.
Yes.
I saw. I'm keeping up with you, Jody. Keeping up with you. I love your post.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, give us the scoop on All Hands on Deck this summer here in Branson.
Yeah. Well, the All Hands on Deck show will be its 6th season and will be October, November, and December. We're the morning show at 10 a.m., and we'll be at the Copeland Theater at the Meadows. So that's in the Branson Meadows shopping area and so forth. And this is our 6th season. And I have to tell you, it could be our last season of the All Hands on Deck show here.
Okay.
I say could be simply because COVID is thankfully kind of gone away. And I love touring our country. I've learned a lot. I think I'm a better American for it. And so we've been getting the phone calls to go back out on tour with the show. But not only that, I have an opportunity to perform the show for young audiences. And so I'm not saying it will be the last year here
Yes.
in Branson,
Yeah.
but it could be.
Could be.
So for those groups those church groups and student groups and so forth, I encourage them to grab their reservations. We've been taking reservations since October.
Yes.
Right.
And get your reservations now. You'll really be glad you did.
Well, you are an award-winning producer. How much time do you spend dreaming, designing, and creating new stage performances?
I spend a lot of time, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, Byron. I brought with me, this is a record album. For those who don't know what a record album is, look it up, also known as an LP. But this LP is the one I've been using recently. It's the voices of 13 past presidents, starting with Grover Cleveland. This is how I get my ideas. I research. This is a lot of fun. I spend a lot of time in the music room with record albums.
Oh,
and
I
so
love
forth.
it. I love it.
Yep.
Jody, how excited are you about creating and directing a new work this fall all about Ray Charles?
I am thrilled. I am super excited. I'm excited for Branson. I'm excited for the audiences. It's really a unique thing. I've become the student again because I really didn't know that much about Ray Charles, his background and his body of work until I met Will Nash, who is our Ray Charles. When
Yes.
I cast Will, I started learning.
An award-winning actor, by the way.
Yes. Will is a tour de force, and he is a student of Ray Charles himself. He knows all about Ray's background. And when I heard Will sing some of these songs and perform them, he is blind. He's an older gentleman. He looks just like Ray Charles. It was a no-brainer. And when we met, I said, you know what? I'm going to write you a show. I'm going to craft this show based on your talents and your expertise on Ray Charles, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, my goodness. So when that will be debuted with this fall, you say?
October. Yep, October, November, December.
Here
And
in Branson?
Here in Branson at the Copeland Theater, same theater. And it'll be the 2 o'clock show and the 7 o'clock show.
So you can do the morning show with All Hands on Deck.
Yes.
And then come see Ray Charles in the afternoon or the evening.
Yes, and if you can believe it, we have, this is going to sound great to everyone, I hope, we have a lunch option. Several of the groups that have come to the All Hands on Deck show over the years are always asking, where should we go for lunch? And we've got to go quickly for lunch because we've got to get to our tour. Well, I said, well, how about we have lunch in the Copeland Theater? We have a beautiful atrium. It's big.
Yeah.
So we have a lunch option for our groups, just for the groups.
Yes.
And so you could see the All Hands on Deck show in the morning, have a little lunch, see Ray Charles at 2 o'clock. Who could ask
What a
for
nice
anything
day.
more?
Okay.
So,
Hey, let's just take a little dive into the All Hands on Deck for those just now hearing about the show.
Sure.
So they can know what they're going to expect when they come see it.
sure, you're gonna be transported back in time to the year 1942. We have the Hollywood Victory Caravan Orchestra is on stage. I have a 9-piece big band orchestra. 4 stars of the show come out, 2 men, 2 women. And we take you into 1942. All the songs and the dances and the laughs, tap dancing, great jokes from that time period, a little American history. And then in Act 2, we turn the stage into a live radio broadcast, just like we've got
Yeah,
right now.
yes.
Yeah,
That's right.
where the audience becomes the studio audience. We teach them how to applaud with the applause signs and so forth. Very interactive, a lot of fun. And as folks leave the theater, I think they'll feel a little bit better about our country.
Yes. Okay, so getting tickets again and the website.
Yep, easy. Theaterforamerica.org.
Okay.
Theaterforamerica.org, and that's theater with an R-E, right? You can also go give a phone call, 888-USA-1942. It's very
love
easy.
it.
And a lot of the tickets are also available at the major ticket sellers in town.
And listen, a lot of these shows are already selling out. I understand.
We are.
Yep.
Yes. We always do very well.
So it's time to go ahead and make plans. You're coming to Branson this fall for the Christmas time, which is a great time to be in Branson, Lynn.
It sure is.
All Hands on Deck is the show.
And we are excited.
And Ray.
Ray, you got the right one, baby. I have to
the
tell you,
right
somebody
one.
the other day said, why do you call it Ray, you got the right one, baby? Well, if anyone knows Ray Charles, they know that he did a Pepsi commercial.
He sure did.
And we've woven that into the story. You got the right one, baby.
I
That was
love
his
it.
tagline.
That was.
So it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be so much fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Jody, on a personal note, what's your favorite summertime adventure in Branson?
Ooh, great question. Favorite summertime adventure in Branson? I would have to say I have a chance to see many of the other shows in Branson, first of all. And so I go to see shows when my friends are performing in them, fellow performers. I often go see shows that I know nothing about the music. I say, I want to learn something about this music, whether it's ABBA, whether I want to see some great magic tricks with Rick Thomas, this kind of thing, or I want to enjoy the Duttons. They're always fun.
Wow.
There's a lot of shows. David Brooks has a new show out that's all about Jerry Lee Lewis. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I go see shows, and the other thing I do is I enjoy the scenery. I ollie the Jeep. I have that 1952 Willys. Valerie and I get in Ollie, and we drive around town. We drive out to Table Rock Lake.
Yeah.
And so shows and the scenery.
Oh, my God. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Perfect choice.
Yep.
Jody, thank you so much. Thanks. As always, it's great to have you on Bot Radio.
Thanks, Byron. Great to be here. Thanks, Lynn.